Okay. Yeah. So welcome once again to the coding classes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's basically organized by unembellished code. Yeah, that is the coding school sort of. Yeah. But the Soul Winners platform just did a sort of CSR to just help people that want to learn how to code. Yeah. So how has it been like with HTML, CSS? Hope it has been interesting, like understanding and getting the concepts. Like, yeah. Okay. So to begin, okay, I would also say a little prayer before we start, so that God you take control. In Jesus' name, Lord, we thank you for the opportunity we want to learn once again, Lord. We lift up unto your hands even as we learn, grant us understanding and retentive memory of all that we study, Lord Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah. So we're starting now. So basically, we'll learn how to set up our code environment. So that is first thing we'll learn, how to set up our code environment. Yes. For now, I think we can mute so we don't disturb others. Yeah. So for now, we can mute so that in case we have any questions, we can put it in the comment section. Or if you want to say it out, you can also do so.
So are we gonna use some kind of online IGL?
Yeah.
Online IGL, right?
Yeah. So I'll teach you how to set up now, right? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Share your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Right. Okay. So we can all see my screen, right?
Yeah,
your screen. Yeah,
okay.
You can see your screen.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So basically, for coding, we'll be using, there are many IDEs, as he said just now. That is integrated development environment. That is the environment in which you'll be using to code. Yeah. So the one that is popular, the one I use is Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. So I'll just type it out.
I have already installed it.
Okay, if you installed it already, yeah, great, yeah. So for the other guys who may not have installed it, I would also want to how to install it quickly. So you just go to Google, search for Visual Studio Code, then click on it. So when you click on it, yeah, depending on your system preference, this is for Windows. For Windows, you can just download straight, or if you say Mac OS, you can download from there. So once you click on it, it will automatically start downloading it. Then you just follow the instructions to install on your system. Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah, so if you have done that, you can now go to your files. That is where you have your files on your system. Let me enlarge this here. So you can open a folder, like me, I organize mine where I can just have access to different things, like these coding classes now. So I can just click coding classes. That is the folder. Yes. So when you click on it, you go to new folder. That is to create a folder for your specified task. That's what you want to build. So also we're building a food website where you can have access to different foods and their nutritional values. So you can name it food website. So make sure you use.
You are sorry to interrupt. Your window is not visible. It's just we can see only the browser.
Oh, sorry about that. So let me share all screens. I'm coming.
I think it's selected on your browser, so that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Um, I'm coming. Let me fix that quickly. Mm. Okay. Okay. So can you see it now?
No, it's showing.
Okay, stay on the browser.
No, it's showing now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So this is the folder and part of it now. Yeah. Yeah. So I have to name the folder. So since it's a foot app, so you can name it foot app or whatever name you want, but it should be in lowercase. Lowercase, yeah. And there should not be white, any space in between in the letters. So you can just say foot. You can use underscores to separate each foot app project. Yeah. Yeah. Foot app project. Then have you done that? I hope you are following me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have done that, then right click on that particular folder. Then you'll see options here to open with Visual Studio Code. Yeah. So can you
Yes.
see that on your own end?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you click on Open with Visual Studio Code. So there are various ways of opening it. Either you use that method. There are different methods. Yeah. So either you use, let me hide this stuff. Yeah. So either you use that or you just drag it and drop it on the app. So if I'm on my desktop, because sometimes you right click here, you won't see this option. Yeah, so for those people that won't see that option, let me minimize this. You can drag and drop it. Sorry. So here in my desktop, I have Visual Studio here. So I just drag the whole folder and drop it on the Visual Studio app. So it automatically open it for me. Then, so those are various methods of doing it. Yeah. So if you've opened it well enough, you should see this on your screen. Yeah.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Yeah. So don't mind my color. You can give it any color, any theme you want. Because of your eyes, it's advisable you use a dark theme that is for preferences. So if you go to File, Preferences, then you go to Color Theme here. So you can now select any color you want. You can see dark, Visual Studio, dark, whatsoever. I'm using Material Theme, Ocean, whatsoever. So just select the one that you like there. Then you can get started. Yeah. So you see the title of your folder at the top, Foot App Project. Then at the left side of it, you will see the title also here. And the first icon here is to create a new file. The second one is to create a new folder. Yes, create a new file, create a new folder. So those are the most important ones that we'll be using to create the app. This one is to refresh. All those ones are not really. But so since it's an HTML or a HTML project, we'll use the file first. That is to create the HTML file, the first file that we'll be using. If you went to the research, that is documentation and all of that, you will hear of HTML file, index.html. Yeah, so that's what we're going to create first, index.html. So you click on this first one. Don't click on the second one. Click on the first one. That's create a new file. Then you name it index.html. Index.html. Don't forget the dot. Yeah. So once you got it right, you see this icon at the left. This icon at the left. That shows that it's correct. Yes. So once you are done, just press enter. So it automatically creates the file for you. So that is the foundational file you'll be working with. Index.html. Yeah, so you see it here. So this environment where you can see the cursor here, number one, cursor, is where you'll be writing all your code. That means everything, the skeleton of what you see on the browser will be dependent on what you write here. Yeah. So when you read the documentation, you would have noticed something like doctype HTML, and all of that. There are a long templates sort of how to start off with index HTML. So one will not expect to memorize that because it's a long stuff, like you might not remember it. So Visual Studio, it has a kind of short way of going about it. So you just get your exclamation mark on your keyboard. That is Shift and 1. That is for Windows. I don't know about other ones, but Shift and 1. That is this exclamation sign. Then this will appear. This emit abbreviation. It will appear. I don't know if it appears on your own system. Does it appear?
Yeah, it's appearing here.
Yeah. So for some
So
people, yes, some people it may not appear. So you have to install it, the extension. That is for some people. So for those that it doesn't appear, just go to extensions here at the left part. Then type emit. That is EMMET. Yeah, so you can install this Mithril emit. That is the first one there. Mine is already installed, so it won't show me install again. So just install this one. You should be able to take care of that. So this emit is just important to be able to guess what you want. It automatically brings out what you want. It suggests for you. So as I put the exclamation sign, it has suggested what I want. So all I need to do is also click on the first one. Don't click on the second one, just only one exclamation sign, click on it. Then it automatically brings out that format for you to start. So you don't waste time because you get to build a lot of applications. You don't have time to start typing all these things. Yeah. So you can do that from your end. Yeah, so when you have done that, at this time, okay, let me just explain through what all this is. So this first one, the HTML, is what wraps everything because we're doing HTML. Then this lang is the language that you're using. I'm using English here, so that is EN. That's why it's English. So the first one here is the head. So the head, most times you will not see most of what's in the head, like all these meta, these are settings, browser settings, for it to be compatible with your different browsers. But what you see on the browser is this title, the title of the page. So you can name it's document here, so you can change it to your own name. Also, we're doing a foot app, so we'll just name it foot app. foot app. Yeah. Okay. So hope we are following.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question. Is it important to name the file index.html?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes, it's important. Yes, because later on you might need to refer back to the file. So it's just
Okay.
yes, it's important to just use index.html, just to be on the
So
safe
wait,
side. Yeah.
so when you deploy your file and it's automatically detect your file, right?
Yes, you might need to detect it later. Yeah. Yeah. So it's safer to do index, but you can use another thing. It might still work,
Yes.
but it might cause some conflicts later. Like if you don't, so the index is safer. Yeah. So so we can go on, right? Any other questions?
No, you can proceed.
Okay. Yeah. So for the body, yeah. So the body is the most important part of it. That is where all your code will be. That is the code that you can see on the browser. That is where it will be, the body. So whatsoever you type here will appear on the browser. So for example, you must have seen something like H1 in what you are reading, H1. That is heading one. There are many sizes of headings. So the higher you go, the smaller the size. So it's opposite of normal numbers that you have in mathematics. Normal numbers, the higher you go, the higher you go, the number value is. But here, the higher you go, the smaller the text. Yes. So if you say, welcome to my foot app. Yeah, for example. Yeah, so make sure you put it inside the H tag. So you open it with this stuff, then you close it with a slash. Don't forget the slash. If not, it will give you an error if you don't listen. If you don't close it with that slash, it will give you problems later. Yes. So welcome to my foot app. So let's see the other examples. Let's do sort of duplicate it. So you proceed to. I just copied and pasted. I will still edit it, right? So it can be faster. So we'll do it 6 times.
So I have a question. What if I don't close that tag? If you open a H1 tag and then if you don't close that tag, so what will happen?
Oh, okay. It won't run on the browser. You have errors.
Okay, so
Yes. You have errors if you don't do that. So you can change these other ones to H to H3, H4, H5, H6. Yeah. So this is meant to look on your system. So 1 to 6. Yeah. So now let's test it. How it will look on the browser. So HTML makes it very easy. Here you can just, on your Visual Studio, you see go live. I don't know if you have it here. At the footer, the lower part of your Visual Studio.
yeah, I installed that.
Yeah, go live. So you have to, if you don't have it, you have to install the extension. Again, you go to this extension and just put live server. So live server here. That is it here. So when you click on it, mine is installed, so you won't see it. So just install it here. Then it's automatically installed. Okay. So when you have done that,
Yeah, it's getting installed.
okay.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Asking a question. I have a question. Am I audible?
Not really. I'm not feeling it.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, it's better now.
Yeah. Okay. So I just asking. I just want to ask you that here I just open a H1 tag and I don't close that tag, but it's still showing the content on the web page.
It's still showing what?
The content, the text is showing on the web page.
Okay, yours is showing on the web page.
Yeah, that is. So you write it here that welcome to my fruit app.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that text showing on my web page, but I didn't close that H1 tag.
Oh, okay, okay. So let's test it out here. Yeah. So let me open mine. So either you open from the footer, go live here. If you don't see it here, you right click on the file, then you scroll. Open. I'm coming.
I guess it's on the top.
Okay, I don't think it's here.
Maybe you have to click on
Okay,
index.html
yeah,
file.
yeah. So you don't click on the file up here. You just click anywhere inside. Yeah, the body. Yeah, anywhere inside. Yeah. So you just right click, then you see open with live schema. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
open with live server. So you click on it, then it automatically take you to the browser.
Yeah, you can also click on the go live.
Yeah, you can click on the go live down here. Yeah. Any of them. So it's meant to open on my browser. Yeah. Okay. So you can see it here. Yeah. So it's reducing in size. So let's try out what you're talking about without the closing tag. Though professionally, I'm meant to use the closing tag, but let's see if it will still work. Okay, let's test for the first two. If it will still work. Okay, it still worked here. Okay, but it's advisable you use the closing tag. Yeah, the reason is because in case someone wants to read your code, code is not only about saying it on the browser, but people also interact with each other. Like if you're on a team, you're working with other people and you have to collaborate. So if somebody opens this your file now, the person doesn't understand what you meant, and the person sees that it's not closed there, it's not really look good to the person. Yes, so to be professional, you have to close the tag. Yeah. Yeah. So do you understand up to this point now? Mhm. Yeah. Is it clear up to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah, so let's start building now, I guess. Yeah, so what will happen is that with the research, you have just a basic rough idea. So now we'll start the practical session that you see how it is live. So you'll be seeing most of what you read about, and I'll be explaining them in details, guys, what each of them represents. Yeah. So for the body, for it to be organized, it's good you divide it into different sections and divs. So a section is like different sections of a page, 1, 2, 3, like that. Then the div is breaking down the sections into smaller bits. Yeah. So first of all, we have to use a section because section covers divs. So the first one will be your header section, your header. For every page, there's always a header. header. The next one is hero. So let me just put it down so that you get it. So sections, they go with IDs, and divs, they go with classes. So for section, you have section ID. That is this ID equals to something. But for divs, that is a div goes with classes. So div class, you name it. So the reason why they put this ID and class is so that you can differentiate it. So you can differentiate, so you don't mix it up, because everything will be section, div. But it's only this ID and class that will differentiate one section from the other. So for this first section I will be dealing with is called a header, the page header. So it's called header, H-E-A-D-E-R, header. So the ID will be named header. And one interesting thing about IDs is that no other thing can bear that name. Like we can't have another section that will be named ID. Okay, so for this first section, we have, this first meeting, we have 10 minutes more. So what happens when it's out, I will send another link so that we can complete it. But everything will be in 1 hour, by the grace of God. Yeah, so ID header. No other thing can be an ID header. But for the class, it's also same. But class is not really as strict as the header. Two things can bear the same class, but it will be a disadvantage at giving two things the same class, because when you are styling it, it will cause conflicts. If two things bear the same name, they have to still bear different names. Right? Yes. So for the first one, our header, you open it up. Then you have to put this div inside this section because it covers it. We're working on only header for now. So everything, all the divs will be inside the header section. So it will look like this. So section ID header, then div class. So we will name the first one something like logo. You know, the logo is always to the left of the header, like in any page. So you can name it logo. Yeah, logo. Okay. So the logo most times might be just a picture, or it might be a picture and a little text beside it. Like a company now, we have a logo, then the name of the company will be beside the logo. Yeah, so let's do it like that. A logo and a text beside. Yeah. So inside this logo will cover the whole thing, both the logo and the text. So inside the logo, we have an image. That is IMG. You must have seen image tag. That is like this. Yeah. So one thing you see that is common with everything is that they have this closing tag. What we were talking about earlier, this slash that closes everything. Like
why it's a self-closing tag?
Okay, yeah, this one is a self-closing. It's peculiar to images. That is how they are. Like they must be self-closing. They don't have opening and closing like the other one. Yeah, they close themselves. Yeah, because of the way they are structured, like you see the structure now, it has a source SRC. It's quite different from other ones, source and ALT. Yes, so this SRC is for source. It's telling you the source of the image. Then the ALT is alternate text, alternate ALT. That means in case this alternate text is very important for, let's say, people that maybe have eye issues, maybe blindness or something, or they can't recognize images, so they can see the text. So it's just like describing what the image is about, this alternate. So it's very, very important.
If you means if somehow the image source link got broken, so that time the order will help that replacing of that image. Like if a
Yes,
girl with a red hat,
yes, it's just
for
describe.
that.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
alt.
that's describe that image
Yes,
about that image.
yes. Then also in case network, because of network issues, your image is not able to load, this alt will always show. So it will just tell the person that a logo was here. So it will be able to help in that instance. Yeah. Yes. So we've put down the structure for the image. We'll still impute what will be there, but let's just put the structure of the text also. So that one will be a normal div. That is for the text image, logo text. Yeah. So that can be foot. Yeah, it's always very short and concise. That is the name of the company, yeah, most times or whatsoever. So that one go with class. So you can say class logo text. Logo text. Yeah. So try to name your classes as descriptive as possible. So that in case, as I said before, in case somebody else comes and looks at your code, the person will be able to understand that this is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. So here logo is covering everything. Then we have the image. So for images too, you can, okay, no, yeah, image uses image. So if you want to get this image now, you first go through logo, then get to image. Yes. But divs, one thing about divs is that this div can stand on its own when you are styling it. Like you just say logo text. Once you say logo text, you go directly to logo text. But for this image, you have to pass through the logo first. So you say logo, then the image, img, before you get it. Yeah, you can't give a class to an image. Yes, for this stage, you can't give a class to it. Yeah, so what next? So let's get our image now. The image we want to use for the foot. Yeah. I think the meeting, maybe I should create another meeting before this one goes up. So I can save this. Yeah. So I'll create another meeting, then send to the group chat so I can continue. If you can finish the header at least, it's a good progress like today. So I'll stop this one now, then create another meeting so that you can join.
Okay.
All right.